Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of Warplan Orange as the Allies in 1926 with some of the fantasy dreadnoughts. We left off, Midway had been invaded, and we're seeing a lot more transport traffic in and out of, we saw some up Tsingtao in China, northern Luzon, we've seen some in Mindanao, sank a few transports. Been seeing a lot of traffic coming through here. Southeast and west. Pretty much finished this turn though, so we're going to end the orders phase. Oh, more troops unloading in Midway. That's bad. Excellent. Intercepting a transport. And getting depth charged. We may have to replace them. Yeah, they took 3 hits. Oh yeah, still getting more down at Mindanao. Commander is not very aggressive, but is enough this time. More troops landing in Midway. Oh, our sub almost found something. Battlecruiser Hie off of Luzon. Submarine number 39 still trying to harass our forces. I don't think our base force will last. And that's a no. About what we expected. Oh, 36 casualties, that's it. And here we are on the 29th of June. Got our battle cruisers. Yeah, they will be there next turn. Make sure their settings are correct. Max reaction, aggressive commander. Control, do not retire. Yep, looking good. And then our transport group is still loading, which will take a while. A bit faster than I would have expected though. Or might have expected. Not surprisingly, they should be out of ammo by now. Well, not entirely. One of them is. I want to set the dreadnought, come in close. Think, set you there. You go over here. Meanwhile, we have our surface combatants warships, that's the one I'm looking for. These destroyers are damaged. When disband them, they can repair in Manila. Well, I probably shouldn't repair them there. Probably should send them to Singapore. The Repulse and the Ready. And grab a couple new destroyers. The French cruisers are slow though. Grab 2 more destroyers. Leave it on full speed. Head back out. Make sure fully replenished. Everything's set up correctly. Meanwhile, these ones can replenish and head to Zamboanga. "16 miles traveled." So we have our 2 groups. We have our cordon line. Our mess of subs from the Americas. Alright. Moving forward. Oh, finding a battlecruiser, the Kirishima. Torpedoes fail. Got to check on our subs up north, make sure they had enough torpedoes left. A free shot at the Kirishima. Unsuccessful, but I don't mind. It was a free shot. R4, discovered by Curry. Oh, taking a shot at a transport. Excellent, unescorted, so they do a surface attack. 29 still trying to shoot our guys. Oh, nice. Depth charges at last, finally hitting the number 29. He is definitely not doing well anymore. Now maybe she'll leave us alone for a while. Instead we get to see number 35. And those destroyers have no depth charges. Alright, 30th of June. One's headed back. Bunch of transports still loading. Battlecruisers almost there. Check. What was it? The S9? There she is. She's not yet on station. He has plenty of torpedoes, though. We'll get these destroyers to head back into port. No reason to give number 35 a target. I think I'm going to set up a closer blockade in here. We have plenty of torpedoes in all of these. Slow down the Repulse. Bring them in close around Apari. There's the 1st Indian Division. I knew I'd sent somebody down here, I just couldn't remember who or where. So the rest of the 1st Indian Division is going to be up in Manila. That's fine. They're unloading. It's also fine. Burmese rifles have the transports for them. Grab the rifles. Done deal. Turn to Singapore. Firemen allowed. Auto disband. Escort destroyers from New Guinea are almost back into Australia. 1/3 of the way into the next hex. I think that's it. I'm sure we're excited to see the results from this particular day. S-35 manages to tag a Japanese destroyer. Almost gets away. Need to go back for repairs. Oh my. This will be the first major engagement. We have our 4 battlecruisers against 2 Japanese battleships, Mutsu, and her sister ship, Nagato. A lot of gunfire at the Dent. We're at 7,000 yards. Bunker Hill taking on a destroyer, so is the Ticonderoga. Ticonderoga successfully hitting the destroyer. Glad the Furutaka is on fire as well. Oh yeah, the Umi's not doing good. Ticonderoga is on fire, that's unfortunate. A lot of torpedoes in the water. Kusunoki's on fire now. Ah, the Saratoga's taking on the Mutsu. That's good. Hopefully the Lexington will take on the Gato or help out with the Mutsu. Saratoga takes return fire. It's on fire now. Schley is now on fire. Champlin has a light fire of her own. Dent now heavily damaged. Range has increased slightly. Critical damage. Excellent. Fast forces break off. So heavy damage to the Umi. Kusunoki, just a couple hits. Furutaka, just a single hit. Looks like most of the hits on ours were minor, just 2 fires started. Here's the follow-up. Allied lookout. Japanese are surprised. "5,000-yard range. A lot of torpedoes in the water again. Imagine we're a little bit low on ammo this time, though. Ticonderoga taking on the Mutsu. And receiving damage in return. Didn't catch what happened to the Saratoga. I'm going to assume a torpedo until I know otherwise. Fires below deck. That's very bad. Finally getting a hit on the Mutsu. I think I'm going to press the rest of the battle fleet into service. Just use some of the destroyers that aren't fully repaired yet, but that's fine. Your damage to electricals. American force is definitely looking a lot worse off. One of the capitals and a destroyer with heavy damage, whereas the Japanese have 2 destroyers with heavy damage. Nagato finally taking some damage. No. Oh, was that a torpedo into the Mutsu I caught? Range is down to 4,000 yards. Saratoga and Mutsu pounding each other at short range. Severe engine damage to the Kusunoki. I don't think she'll make it. And they break off. We did get a torpedo into the Mutsu. Lots of shell hits. Kusunoki and the Umi looking bad. Saratoga has heavy damage now. That's not good. Couple shell hits around. And this will be a bunch. I'm assuming this is Mindanao. And this is the Dreadnought. Nighttime attack at 5,000 yards. Personnel transports. Fair amount of them, as well as regular transports. We'll cut to the chase. They did close in range. I did pick a more aggressive. Oh no, that was the Repulse. That was not as aggressive a commander. Japanese losses are pretty significant. 2 troop transports sunk. 2 others damaged. Sub number 43, taking the place of the previous one. Taking a pot shot at our ASW destroyers. I have to check their ammo levels. Kusunoki reported sunk. And here we are, 1st of July. So Saratoga's coming back very slow, 31 fires, very bad. A lot of damage. We have the Dent, also has a lot of fires. Then we have the rest of the task group, which... yeah, we're all low on torpedoes. We've used most of them. Alright, I'm going to take a look. We have... are they just destroyers? Oh, because I stole them from the 2nd battlecruiser group. Alright, so they are done unloading. I think I'm going to combine... let's see. What battleships do we have in Pearl Harbor? That's ground troops. We have the Missouri, the main class, and old. Have the Pennsylvania class. California, Tennessee class, New Mexico. The New Mexico and the California I'd like to put together. Two Colorados, BB-17, so these are the fantasy ones that never got built. Then we have the 2 South Dakotas. New York's New York class, of course. Mississippi is the pair for New Mexico. So we'll put New Mexico and Mississippi together. New Mexico and Mississippi. California was already a Tennessee. Tennessee's the pair for that one. Where's one of the ones we already have? Colorado classes. Fantasy classes and the Pennsylvania class. No, South Dakota classes. We'll put the Tennessee and the California and Tennessee together. California and Tennessee. Got them paired up now. Idaho is a New Mexico class. Arizona is a Pennsylvania class. Washington is a Colorado class, as is the West Virginia. So, West Virginia and Washington. West Virginia and Washington. Confirm they are indeed of the Colorado class. Connecticut and Connecticut. So Louisiana and Connecticut can go together. But they're going to be out for a while. They're still being refit. Maine, I believe, or Missouri is on a class of its own. Arizona's Pennsylvania. We can put her with the Pennsylvania. Not the Missouri. Pennsylvania. And Arizona. Then what other ships do I have available? New Mexico, a New York, a Maine. Idaho is New Mexico class. We'll go with these two. Idaho. Then our specials, South Dakotas, Tennessees, and our Pennsylvanias. Well, the question is what to do. Let's grab 2 light cruisers and some destroyers. We'll have our Colorado class head out. Retirement not allowed. Put them to full speed. We will refuel if we need to. Max reaction. Who is in charge? Not aggressive enough. Want at least in the 50s. With a good naval skill. So Marino will do. Then we'll grab our New Mexicos, I think. Pretty good armament. I like the New Mexicos though. And the Colorados. Colorados for the 16 inches, to New Mexicos for the 4 triple turrets. I'll give you... Oh, we're running out of good cruisers, so I'll use heavy cruisers, Charleston and Charlotte. Yeah, we're not going to be able to use any of the other ones. I mean, they're fast enough. We could use the Birmingham and Aurora. The two heavy cruisers will fill out what we need. And then use the True, Hazelwood. Yeah, this is what I was waiting on. All these destroyers in the middle of repairs. Use the Wood, the Litchfield. Retirement no longer allowed. Max reaction. Full speed. And head for Midway. Who's our commander? Yeesh. Less than adequate. Okay, I like it. So Towers might be one of our carrier commanders, but the leadership and inspiration are excellent. I'm not going to waste him. He can gain some experience commanding this fleet. Then I think I'll take the 2 Tennessee class. Last Task Force 1053. Tennessee and the California will join the Wisconsin and Kentucky. That's right. Then we will grab the Detroit Light Cruiser, the only one we have left. The Lee, the Montgomery, the Southern, and the Long. No retirement, max reaction, destination, Midway. At full speed. Figure out our commander for this group. Be Ingersoll, good leadership, good inspiration. That'll be 3 more groups, and then have integrated support for them, and I don't think I really have any more heavy or light cruisers to beef them up. But what I might do is use the 2 Pennsylvania class, grab a few destroyers for them, maybe even minesweepers. Ugh, too slow. So here we are. We have the Berry, the Lob, Shubrick, and the Decatur. There are 4 destroyers, and their job: regular mission speed, max reaction, looking for a better commander, not quite enough naval skill. Ooh, that looks fairly decent. Oh, very inspirational too. A little bit cautious, which I don't mind for this role. We want to escort Transport Group 1052. Perfect. That'll set up our strong response and get the US fleet moving outside of the battlecruisers, which were unable to repel the initial Japanese fleet. Unfortunately. Oh yes, I want to check on their supplies, depth charges. Still got some. Now I'm debating, do I want to leave the Dreadnought by itself and send the rest of them up here? Set a reaction range. Such low aggression, but that's what I want. These ships are coastal defense battleships. How is Ainsworth? Very aggressive. Not necessarily what we want. Tennessee, Reggie, Preston, no. Montgomery, also pretty aggressive. Lucing, also aggressive. D9 is still pretty high. But given the pickings we have, oh, we have, oh, it's the full list. All right. English is a good choice for this. Reaction, no retirement. Fully loaded. Send them up there as well. Actually, we might just set them to follow. That way they'll stay together. No, there we go. Submarine moving east. Perfect. Get this one, send them. Same deal. Go around that submarine, if at all possible. Alright, our destroyers are here. Transfer. Isn't a surface combat. I want a transport group. Transfer. 1 tanker. 15 knots. Do we have fuel here? We do. Well, maybe not enough. Another one is Sydney, which has more fuel. We'll leave them to that one. So transfer. We'll get a couple of the 5,000 ton transports. Or heavier transports, I shouldn't call them 5,000 ton. Then we'll form a new task force. transport. We'll pull the tanker out. And disband it. Then we can load supplies. Set a destination for Repulse. So, a lot to do this turn. I think everything's looking pretty good though. And we go ahead and generate this turn. S9 finds another transport. Give that captain a medal. One of our more consistent sub-commanders. Alright, the Japanese have 0 chance of taking Tsingtao now. Alright, July 2nd. A slower group? I did put them to full speed. Our battlecruisers are headed back appropriately. They can redistribute their fuel. They still on full? Yeah. Take it easy, slow down. Fires are under control. Same for the Saratoga, but wow. He's going to be in dock for a while. We have our invasion fleet going as well as our escorts. Replenish the Repulse, get her back on her way. Actually, I'm not going to set her to fall at all. I mean, I will, just to get that screen to go away, but then tell her to get underway and over there. I'm going to need to take a week or two and relax and refit for a while, though. Alright. More subs arriving. I think I'm going to slot them into the area or en route to Tsingtao. With that, I think I am done. Much shorter than last turn, but there's not enough time to generate a new one. Happy with the results so far. Been an interesting couple of days. I was starting to think this series was pretty boring, but a lot more interesting all of a sudden, including major fleet action, which I also wasn't expecting. But I want to thank you for staying till the end. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Take care.